What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in to Clutch B-Ball TV. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'm bringing you guys the game preview of the New York Knicks taking on the Golden State Warriors at Oracle Arena. Of course, there's going to be no fans, and this game is at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and it's definitely not going to be an easy one, especially because the Warriors have been hot lately, and specifically Stephen Curry. Like, the narrative at the beginning of the season when they're like, Stephen Curry can't carry a team, he's not that good, he's washed from the ankle injuries and all that. I'm like, you guys are freaking crazy. It's 2 games into the season. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about just like in general NBA fans. Of course, we're coming into the in this game having one of the top defenses in the NBA, one of the top defenses in guarding the 3-point line, and that stat always shocks me. I don't know if it's the past history of leaving guys open from downtown or what, but it seems like we always leave people open from downtown and they just happen to be missing. Like the Celtics game when they're shooting bricks like freaking crazy. It was just like absolutely unbelievable, so that definitely helped us out. And then you take a look at the Milwaukee Bucks game, they were missing shots as well. Just like there was like several games like teams were missing open threes, the Cavaliers as well in the first game we played them. But getting into this game, it's definitely not going to be easy whatsoever. Of course, we have Tom Thibodeau as his defensive philosophy. It's definitely going to have to show up in this basketball game. And the first tip I have for the New York Knicks, again, I'm just an NBA fan. I don't really know anything. But if it's my advice, don't shoot a lot of threes in this game. Of course, shoot them if they're open, but you're not going to outshoot this basketball team. And yes, you guys may be like, what are you talking about? They only have Stephen Curry. Well, think about it. Stephen Curry, he shoots like 10 threes a game, right? And he usually makes like 5 or 6 of them, and that's usually the amount we make per game. So just think about that right there. And this is definitely a game that I would definitely try to be physical down low in the paint, as their leading rebounder is actually James Wiseman, the rookie, who's an athletic freak. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that matchup of Mitchell Robinson and James Wiseman is going to be, even though I think Wiseman is more skilled and he could take it outside the perimeter more, but he's only averaging 6 rebounds per game, and that's the leader of this team when it comes to the rebounding department. You have Julius Randle, I believe, leading the Knicks in points, assists, and rebounds. He's just been absolutely unbelievable. Let's see if he keeps it up in this basketball game. But I don't think it's going to be that easy being physical down low in the paint. I know Draymond Green, a player, of course, a few-time NBA champion with the Golden State Warriors, he gets a lot of hate, in my opinion. People that actually sit down and watch basketball, they see the impact Draymond Green makes. If it's diving after a loose ball, making the extra pass, just playing lockdown fundamental defense. And that's a big reason I think the Warriors did lose that series to the Cavs in the NBA Finals. Yes, you could say the Cavs, they built this momentum. It wasn't because of Draymond Green suspended. But a guy like that is just so valuable to a basketball team that does little things. But yeah, pretty much in this game, if you leave Stephen Curry open, it's over. We can't I'm not gonna trust this 3-point defense because it's Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry can go up against the best defense of all time, and actually that's too far of a stretch, but he can still go up against one of the top defense, and he's still gonna kill you off the dribble. Second best handle in the NBA, coming off of screens. He moves so fast. His ability to move without the basketball is insane, and he makes beautiful passes. And the pick and roll kind of scares me of a Stephen Curry and James Wiseman, and they have a brand new like Andrew Wiggins has kind of this brand new style of play. Sometimes does take questionable shots, but they're actually getting him to put his ass down and play defense. Steve Kerr's done a good job with this team, just coaching staff as a whole. They started off slow, but they've definitely been heating up lately, and that kind of scares me. Hopefully the back-to-back definitely affects the Golden State Warriors here, but of course no Klay Thompson out due to that injury. But I'm going to tell you right now, that Mitchell Robinson-James Wiseman matchup is definitely going to be something fun to watch. Getting into Kelly Oubre, he's not been shooting the ball lately, or he hasn't been shooting it well this season, but he's definitely a guy who's an athletic freak, and you're going to have to box out in this game. Again, Wiseman's their leading rebounder with 6 per game. I actually do think that's going to change to Draymond Green throughout the season. Of course, he did not, he hasn't played all the games due to an injury, of course. But Draymond's really good at boxing out. He's a guy that's definitely going to try to get under Julius Randle's skin, so I'm going to look out for that. But Oubre is a good guy that's good at moving without the basketball. He's an athletic freak. And I don't care if he can't shoot the ball. You can't leave this guy open outside the perimeter. You just can't. And a guy that I would definitely look out for, shout out to my man MH, big-time Knicks fan, he made a good point. Brad Wanamaker, of course, former member of the Celtics, backup point guard. He's a guy that may out of nowhere score 20 points, 20 points any given night. Not any given night, but He may have a game that he like does the little things and then he may explode for like 20 points. This is not an easy game. We can't kill him outside on the perimeter. We're gonna have to be physical. We're gonna have to outsmart them. Like Austin Rivers is out in this basketball game. Frank Ntilikina continued to be out, but good thing we're gonna have a guy that's absolutely perfect for this game. That when he's open, most likely he will hit threes of Alec Burks. He's coming back for this basketball game, which is absolutely huge. So we're gonna have to hit our open threes. If we get quality shots, we have to take them. This is a game I want to see RJ go to the rack. We can't like miss out on like good possessions of good ball movement just for like RJ to get the ball and like have a step back jump shot. We need him to get to the rack for sure. Unless you're a shooter, don't shoot the basketball. But Rivers out in this game, he's a guy that's like really interesting as well because he's really good off the dribble, kind of like this high school mixtape type of player. Like his high school mixtape was insane, but you could just tell the way like he plays the game. You could be like, okay, that man would just be so much fun to watch at like Rucker Park, for example, big time basketball court in New York. But this is not going to be an easy game whatsoever. We're going to have to play hard, but we're also going to play smart because, yes, playing hard is awesome, but, like, you got to play smart at the end of the day. Like, those Knicks teams in the 90s, they played really hard, but my dad always told me they played hard, but they didn't always play smart. Like, getting into fights, if it was John Starks headbutting Reggie Miller, they always gave it all they had out there on the court, played with so much heart, but when it came down to the nitty-gritty and those big-time playoff moments, they would choke because they would let other teams get to them mentally, and we can't let that happen in this game. But Curry's a tough matchup. Wiseman, Wiggins still is capable of scoring the basketball. We'll see what happens. And Wiseman, I'm really high on. But let me know down below your thoughts and analysis. Who do you think is going to have to step up in this game? I think it's going to be have to be a contribution from everyone. Mitchell Robinson, I would really like to see him have a good game, even though Wiseman's a good shot blocker as well. He's good at protecting the rim or protecting the paint. But Randall, just everyone's going to have their own contribution. RJ, Emmanuel Quickley. I think Emmanuel Quickley and Alec Burks, don't be surprised if they're the players of the game. RJ had a good game against the Warriors last season, but that team was just freaking destroyed with injuries. That was basically a G League product on the court, and it just got me so pissed when that when that game went to overtime. That's just how bad David Fizdale was. But let me know down below your thoughts and analysis, or you might have had Mike Miller at the time. And as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, y'all.